Good evening. First of all, we would like to thank you for being here tonight. We are students of the Master Micri, so we studied Communication in International Relations. It is very important to ask you some questions about the present situation in the Arab countries, and it is concerned with technologies and, of course, the role of social new media in these contents. So first of all, we would like to ask you if this situation have a great impact on governmental assets, and if there is a certain effect, and how government public institution can handle with this situation the role of these new global media.
Okay. The first thing I think that we're going to be impacted by is Twitter. The ability to communicate freely across international lines. Mobile makes it a little bit easier. It was very difficult in any of the countries to shut down a mobile communication. So a lot of information went out. It went out internationally. One of the first things that, of course, posed a problem was that this communication was really a reputation management nightmare. It was clearly exposed as riots and unrest. I think the world was able to see the magnitude of the unrest, which is not something that commonly happens. The historic CNN shows up with a camera, or the news crews show up with a camera, and they do the live interviews, was preempted by the fact that there were live minute-by-minute feeds as to what is actually happening at the fronts. And news from the front is news. And I think that what we found was the social sphere played a significant role in exposing the degree of the unrest and where the unrest really occurred.
Yes, so do you think that this is a real revolution of these new global media, or it is just overestimated?
Oh no, it's real. And I think we're just seeing the tip of it. This could occur in every nation. It could occur for anything that poses unrest, because I think that what we're going to see is groups of people that are upset about something are going to learn from this, and we're going to see it accelerate. It's going to get bigger. It is going to be the kind of thing that can unrest everybody. If people were upset at a university, I know we've never had student unrest before, but if people were upset at a university, this could be the kind of thing that spreads across campus networks very, very quickly, compared to what it would have been where it happened on one, and there was a newsletter, and there was a newspaper, and there was a TV, and it was downplayed because nobody wanted to make a big deal of it. That can't happen in the social media space. It'll be a big deal, and it'll be a big deal like right then. And it isn't even Google or Twitter or Facebook. This is a really computer-centric, automated, it spreads at the speed of light information source. Any unrest is going to be publicized. It's going to be immediate. It's going to be based upon an individual's opinion, who is likely to not be a professional journalist. And therefore, they're going to be graphic in their own way, and they're going to use their language in their own way. They're going to take pictures, and pictures that go fly across the internet. And things that are historically suppressed will not be. And I think that that changes the way everything is going to work relative to disputes, areas where obviously it isn't just unrest. This is an area that's going to impact disasters. It's going to impact the weaknesses of governments and their failure to respond when it's appropriate to respond. There's going to be a lot of individuals who believe that they have not been treated fairly are going to have a much louder voice. The vocal minority won't be quiet. They'll be very loud. And I think we're going to see a lot of change as a result of it. The only thing that has me concerned is the vocal minority is not always right, but they're always vocal. Yeah. Okay? So some of the things that people have got to do is they have to remember across the emotion of seeing some of this stuff that it might be exceptionally biased. You may not understand what really happened. Okay? And some of them out of context could be harmful.
Good. And another important point is the young people. So this revolution begin with young people. So concerning your professionality and the CEO courses, do you think that young people should have a bigger in the CEO courses? CEO courses probably are mainly addressed to high management level. Do you think that young people could have a bigger access to CEO courses? Are young people a resources for the future?
Yes, I am.
Good.
The easiest way to consider this is that the SEO industry, search engine optimization, as an entire industry is only about 15 years old. So in very few people's lifetimes do they ever have an opportunity to participate in the creation of an industry. Most people walk into an industry that's 100, 200 years old maybe. Where we're at is this is something that is being built, and we're building it as we go and defining it as we go and understanding it more as we go. And it's influenced by a lot of factors, some of which are search engines, some of which are business pressures, some of which are technology issues, and certainly a lot of which are training issues. The fact that a lot of people are young, I think, is natural in an emerging technology area. That is totally natural. But when it comes to SEO, we're all young. This didn't happen. I haven't had 60 years of experience with SEO. I haven't had, and nobody has. So it's brand new. The kind of people we normally see in technology that are very efficient in it grew up with it. Right? And a lot of people haven't grown up with the computer. We have people that don't know, that are now online playing in the social spaces that never really watched MTV or they're young in that way, but they're highly proficient when it comes to social media and understanding how to do things. And I think we're going to run into that all along. The ability for the industry to grow, though, is that everybody has to embrace it and love it. If it isn't a business, it better be your hobby. You have to like it, then it'll grow.
Okay, thank you. Last question. Do you think that there is a gap between Eastern countries and Western countries in these technologies, so in search engine optimizations? And do you think that Bruce Clay can also have a diffusion in Eastern countries?
I think so. Now, from my point of view, the definition of internet, you can't pick a country that doesn't have it. It's really pretty much everywhere. We have offices in Tokyo, Sydney, Sao Paulo, Milan, and Delhi right now. I know I need China. I know I need Russia. I know I need Eastern Europe. There's this little island up there called the United Kingdom. I think I need to be there too. Okay. I've heard of them. And not to pick on them, but it was so easy. The real need and what I want to be able to do myself is to just solve problems. And I don't think that we're finding that there's more cultural problems and language issues still than acceptance issues. So there's no reason why we cannot, and in fact, we have already serviced, just about every country. People come to us all the time. We have tools that support 22 languages. So we're pretty fluid in what we want to support, and there isn't a real barrier there. The kind of thing I think that'll be an issue is there are going to be people who just don't have the technology to do it. I think there's times where the technology has to catch up. Compared to the U.S., China is like 7 years behind the U.S. in anything that has to do with PC and websites and technology, but they're pretty aggressive and advanced when it comes to mobile technology. So the kinds of things in social, they're going to just take naturally to it. The kinds of things that are in main server type configurations, I don't think they'll take as naturally to. So there's a lot of learning to be done everywhere, but I think certainly I hope I'm going to be a player in it.
Okay, I would like to thank you, Mr. Bruce Clay, for your time, and it was all clear. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.